Many people who commit crimes have experienced childhood trauma. In fact, the proportion of people in jails and prisons who have been victims of childhood trauma compared to the general population is disproportionately high. Some of the most common traumas that people in prison experience during childhood are seeing or hearing someone get badly hurt or killed, being threatened with a weapon, experiencing family violence or divorce, and having a family member who was incarcerated. Can these traumas influence behavior? If so, how? To answer this question, it is helpful to look at what is called the biopsychosocial model. Research has shown that experiencing trauma can affect people at the biological, the psychological, and the social levels. The combination of these effects can then influence behavior in a very strong way. Let's look at how this works in action. Let's start by looking at how trauma can influence the brain. The human brain is programmed to assist us when we are exposed to danger. The hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or HPA axis for short, is our central stress response system. When confronted by a threat, an alarm bell goes off in our brain, triggering the HPA axis to release hormones, adrenaline, and cortisol, preparing us for immediate action. Our hearts pump faster, our breathing quickens, our muscles tighten, and we start to sweat. In this hyper-aroused state, we can choose to fight, to flee, or to freeze. Once danger has subsided, a negative feedback system in our brains allows our body to return to a non-aroused state, and we calm down. However, in cases of prolonged exposure to childhood trauma, children often perceive constant danger, and as a result, their negative feedback system can become dysregulated. The system can become jammed, causing their bodies to become flooded with hormones and their nervous systems to remain on high alert, constantly anticipating danger, even when none is there. This can help explain why some individuals who were abused as children can have extreme and even violent reactions to non-threatening and trivial stimuli. This is a concrete way that trauma can affect biology, which in turn can affect behavior. What about ways trauma can affect the psychology and social world of an individual? One prominent example is emotion regulation, one's ability to regulate their own emotions and read the emotions of others. Individuals who were abused often have a harder time recognizing, expressing, or understanding emotion. This may make them more likely to detect aggression in others and exhibit more aggression themselves. Researchers have also found that development of self, psychopathology, attachment, and peer relationships can all be negatively affected by childhood trauma, ultimately having the ability to affect behavior. Overall, childhood trauma can affect people at the biological, the psychological, and social levels. This in turn can influence behavior. Like a puppet's strings, these factors can be thought of as processes outside of one's control and awareness that can still have influence over their behavior.